Robert Heffernan. There was no water available to give me that the tight. Today, I'm so excited to be streaming live from Athena Bitcoin in Chicago, Illinois, with Eric Ravengard, CEO, president, founder, everything at Athena Bitcoin. And one of the great stories in the space, and has been a tremendous help to Endotech, just working us through the process of some of the difficulties to be in this space. But that's really not where you guys started. You guys started someplace else than just custody, correct?
We did. We started about 4 years ago now. Myself, some of the other founders of Athena, recognized that there was a real need for people to exchange physical currency for digital currency. And so we started buying and installing Bitcoin ATMs. And a Bitcoin ATM is exactly what you think it is. We don't have one in this room, but I'd show you. But it's looks like a cash machine. You walk up to it, you put your money in, Bitcoin goes to your mobile wallet like 2 minutes later, and our customers love it.
Now, is the mobile wallet spit it out on a piece of paper, or is it a mobile wallet someplace in the
Now, we're compatible with anybody's mobile wallet.
Okay.
So, you take your smartphone, you scan your QR code.
Got it.
And then, boom, you have Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum.
Just like that. Just like that.
Super fast.
All right, so I just got done doing a podcast here in Chicago with legacy fiat traders, right? And it just blows me away how many people don't understand the revolutionary thing that the blockchain is. And talk a little bit about how, and I said to him, I go, listen, me and you can go to an ATM, get 20 bucks, go get a Happy Meal and walk away. But that is not the case for so many people.
No, I mean, Bitcoin, first of all, Bitcoin's a horrible way of buying a cup of coffee. Like, you can't, I mean, you shouldn't do it.
Right.
That said, there are a lot of people who can't send an $800 wire from here to China. That's an impossible trade. Why? Because they have $1,000 in their bank account. And if you only have $1,000 in your bank account, you can't walk into a bank and wire all of that money out. The banks say, whoa, who is this you're wiring to? What kind of documentation do you have? What kind of documentation do we know about you?
Right.
They start asking all these questions. Well, let's say you are trying to import something because you're a hustler. And in Chicago, there are a lot of hustlers. Guys who have figured out, wait, I can buy this thing in China. They'll send it to me. And then I put it on my car and I go sell it. And they're making a ton of money. What are they buying? Car parts, hair extensions, doghouse. I don't even know what.
Pet related.
Like all kinds of stuff pet related. Like anything that you can sell to a convenience store, they're figuring out how to buy it at some small little place in Asia.
Right.
They import it, but they can't go to a bank. You walk into Harris Bank here in Chicago, or BMO, or whatever they call themselves. For them, Bitcoin. And so they're our like #1 customer here in the United States. And I say here in the United States because we have machines now all over both North and South America. We're in Mexico, we're in Colombia, and I'm really happy to say that we're in like mothballs, like all. That's the store of value.
Right.
It's a horrible store of value. Sure, it's better than the Argentine peso. I mean, anything besides the Venezuelan bolivar is better than the Argentine peso.
Right.
But could crypto be better than that? Could you take your Bitcoin? Could you take your Argentine pesos, get Bitcoin, and then buy anything else in the Bitcoin space? Whether that's, you know, a portfolio of things that, you know, Endotech might recommend, or, you know, even some of the stable coins. And this is stablecoin week, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, this is the week of the stablecoin. So you can get dollars. You still can't earn any interest on that. I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah, but you're not losing.
But you're not losing it
to
inflation.
Exactly.
And yeah, own a little bit of Bitcoin, own a little bit of Ethereum.
Let me ask you this,
a little bit
on the, because so many people are, and for me, the cryptography side of it, the actual science around it, it's way over my pay grade in my head. What I do understand though is the energy and then the enthusiasm on the coding level in the communities, that they are trying to create something that is kind of counterintuitive to how humans have evolved, in that they're trying to code things that are decentralized, more transparent, more fair. And, you know, Vitalik had a 75 tweet a couple weeks ago about how they're trying to make sure bad players can't act in the space on trying to get their transaction speed up. So to me, it's like so refreshing to see things where that's where it's coming from. It's not coming from people trying to code power so
incompetent, but like,
that's not a bad word though.
That's right. Like they, you know, they have a history of, oh, it's Sunday night and we don't have enough money in the government, so let's just go take all of these assets in the bank.
Right.
And you know, you saw that almost happen in Greece.
Right.
A few years ago. It's happened in Venezuela 5 or 6 times. There have been capital controls in and out of Argentina. I think everyone's always worried that, you know, the next government is going to fall and they're going to just come in and say, all of these assets are ours. And you know, with crypto, that can't happen.
Right.
As soon as you take the first person's smartphone and say, oh, well, this digital wallet is now mine. Well, guess what? Every other wallet on the planet or in the country just walked across the border, right? Because they're like, oh, my neighbor,
Right.
he just lost his phone to the government. So
Right.
time for us to go.
Right. Exactly.
You know, and that's why people also put money in their backyard.
Right.
Because as soon as the government comes to dig up your neighbors, that's when you know you're leaving.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing that, and you guys fully understand this, because as the market has evolved, there's price discovery.
Yeah.
So for me, people are like, well, how do you trade Bitcoin or anything? So I'm like, well, as soon as there's price discovery, give me some weeks of price discovery and I can start making a decision around the trading side of it. And again, I'm not in these things to trade them to lose money, right? Nobody going into and so I'm, you know, as an asset class, those things are evolving too.
Oh yeah. I mean, and I look at two guys who are mining it dump it. And when it pulls back like it has over the last couple of days, okay, now they're going to hold it.
Right.
And I assume that's because their mining costs are right around where we're sitting right now.
Where we're sitting.
And so anytime they can, they're going to try to monetize. And otherwise, they're just borrowing dollars to try to float this position a few weeks farther.
Right on.
And until they capitulate and just start, we're done.
Right.
We're just done. We gotta pay these bills. We're going to sell our mining equipment. We're going to get out of this power contract. Until that really happens, I don't see us going parabolic again.
Right. Oh, that makes sense. That makes total sense. All right.
I don't know. I could totally be wrong. But well, I've made a prediction. So.
Right. No, but that's the beautiful thing about price discovery is you know you get to decide on what your bet is on price discovery. Which brings me to the Chicago Bears.
Ooh.
All right. And my question to you, I got a little prop bet on Twitter. What happens first? The Bears notch their 10th win. Now I've looked at the schedule and I'm thinking it can't happen until like the middle of December, like the first week at the earliest. So Bears notch their 10th win, or Bitcoin trades 15,000, or there's no chance either one of those things are happening this year.
I live in Chicago, so I need to make sure that I don't
get a death threat.
Yeah, right. So how do I say this in the right way? Because this is sort of the season when they would melt down right now. Well, I'm going to go with the Bears win their 10th game before Bitcoin goes back over 15,000.
I actually think that too. I mean, I just don't think the chart sets up for me the way I look at it that 15,000 is in the cards for this year. All right. Well, so Athena Bitcoin, how can people find you? And are there ATMs in Chicagoland? Or
we have ATMs in Chicago, Miami, Houston, LA, Bogota, and Buenos Aires.
Right on.
Definitely find us there. We're on the web at athenabitcoin.com. And if you want to make an investment, we're opening up our investment round in about a week. So
fantastic.
That should be exciting too.
Well, I really, former floor guys, the guys that aren't selling insurance or real estate that have found a way to migrate into you guys have been great friends and helped us along that path, so I really appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me on your show today.
And the things that you've done. I'm going to say goodbye to Eric, and then I'm going to actually switch seats with them, and we're going to talk actionable trading levels. But you need to be an Endotech subscriber or a Pareto token holder to view that content at endotech.io. You people watching on YouTube, I'm going to have to say goodbye to you. But Eric, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. All right, let's see if we can do this like we did in. All right, ready, go.
Awesome.